Right, part two from part one just a second ago. I want to talk about the recordings I've been making about. We'll come on to that, and I don't think they mind. I've recorded one of their court sessions. She said to me, "Yeah, you better be careful," but it's a bit of fun in it. And to be honest, I'm still on a section now, community treatment order, and you can't blame them because it's there for the right reasons. I keep telling people this, but they're not bloody listening to me. But anyway, well, maybe they are. But anyway, I'm no longer an enemy of the pharmaceuticals. We've been down that road, and I've had. Well, we could do it. London was interested. Yeah, he's taking a photo of the gas mains. I know that was about the Dana jail, but I'm free of that one now. I've dealt with that one in my head, and I think they know that. And I think, well, I think they're happy about that one. It's called freeing the spirits. Do you know what I mean? When they're below ground, and there's a lot more of that got to do. I don't want to talk about Auschwitz too much, but I think that's got to be dealt with as well. My well, I'm not, whatever, and Hiroshima as well. That's got to be dealt with. I know the Japanese are kind of being a bit quiet about that one, but have you seen their bloody secrets there? I mean, for crying out loud, they're like the Predator, highly sophisticated. As are our security guys and some of these. Well, Morrison's in Carlton anyway. Jeez, you know what they said to me? They said, "Oh, just walk out this trolley." I was like, "Yeah, that's a good idea." Well, yeah, they were a bit stupid, but I thought, hold on, should I? And then hold on, no. But what I did find was 10p lettuces, and the second they realised what I was doing, I let them. I passed the thought on, and they all did a mad dash, and then I went down about 20 different aisles and got a fish for 20p, and we had a chat about the quality and all that shit and crazy prices and no steaks. Obviously, I don't really like steaks. Well, I do, but I'm not, no, we've done that one in Peterborough. That was mad. A £20 billion crane festival, and I was on my third carvery, and I was going to move on to the beers, and it could have been unlimited till. And I was all no, they do close, but I cleared security, no trouble. But like, I walked into the bloody where they work, and I thought, I can't do this, but I've got to sort it out. I'm gonna anyway. Where were we talking about? I just have to keep moving the conversation on. Yeah. So anyway, I cut to the chase again. Yeah. So it's quite good. It's called a blog now, isn't it? Or what? I'm not even going down the normal route. Call it. I like the mad route better. And they worry about that, but that's me. You could talk about Mad Max and Bronson, and I mean, well, a bit silly, but we're all men, aren't we? And but you don't take on every bloody custody block when I wouldn't say in the world. I mean, that's Manson, isn't it? But well, talk about him. I mean, he was an interesting guy. But yeah, I mean, he took on well again. Well, we talk about that when I was JFK, and that was sad, wasn't it? And the Beatles, and what else? Anyway, yeah, Manson. You've only got if you don't have heard of him, if you're too young or like you don't know. He he set light to a lot of people, but yeah, let's go with that one. See how that affects my body heat. Yeah, he kind of started a craze, like and then you got that film with Leonardo DiCaprio, and this is what I mean. If you have to protect your castle, I get it. Do you know what I mean? Kenny Noy again, but a bit silly robbing gold, isn't it? Off the a bit like the when they changed the currency on Ireland, like because the bank got robbed, and again, yeah, it makes sense. But let's be honest. Apparently, this stuff's all going on, and I don't understand how. It must be corruption or money or greed. I don't know, but and I know this is what I'm saying about karma and that, and that worries me a bit because people need to release their pain and suffering, and and that's how it works. Well, where I'm going with there's too many places I'm going with that one, but yeah, I was in Nottingham City Council, and I was there all day, and it's the same girl. It's a lookalike. It's got to be the same girl. She won't admit to it, but she works opposite a pub opposite the Victoria Centre, so it is the same girl. But yeah, anyway, she helped me out. We went from having a 24-hour kick out to a 6-month tenancy because I'm paying a certain amount, and I don't know. She's told me it's the way it is anyway. So, and then I've called the police because I've had them trying to rip me off because, like that girl did, she confused me, and then I got confused again, and then people are trying to confuse me. I don't think they know about this shit until, you know, oh God, right, okay, we know that one now. And there's other ones I've been doing, but there's one I made up in London and it's all gone around the world, I think, or at least it's, well, yeah, it has gone around the world. It's just spread like wildfire, but it's got to be dangerous because what I was doing was soft and innocent and we just had a bit of fun, but it's now become a dangerous sort of situation. And as it's happening, well, it's not, I can cope with it now, it's not really a problem. Yeah, so Leonardo DiCaprio, we'll go with that film. You know, he was having a bit of LSD, and these psychos were trying to stab him, and he just, automatically, the dog just went, zoom. And my granddad did that. You know, my granddad, he's one of my angels, Angel Michael. Oh, God. Alright, okay. He actually, when I was in Ibiza, he gave me access to his dogs, and I don't need them now, you know, and I know he's still up there, but something happened outside Tottenham Court Road, and this is a bit deep, but we'll talk about that. They might cut me off this, but I don't think they will. They want to hear this, they don't know what happened. I was looking at this guy, and there was this black guy, and I don't think Dave Courtney's been knocked off, but there was bullets going around the area. I won't say too much about what happened outside the hospital, because we've got strange noises in the sky, but I'll flick to... Oh, great. Anyway, I'll get off that subject. There was something else that happened. I'm gonna have to go with, anyway, fuck what's going up there. It wasn't all about me, what happened, I don't know. But anyway, I was trying to get sectioned because I was trying to find somewhere, you know, I was cold, I was tired. I've been on the move for days as usual. A bit like what happened the other day. Yeah, anyway, they don't really talk about that, but and that's what happens when you aim too high. You see forensic directors and that, and like the highest point in the mental health field, and then, well, yeah, you know, you go down the free route too much, I suppose, you know, and that's why I'm glad I've got somewhere to live now, and you know, that's what these homeless guys need to realise. And you know, there's nothing wrong with playing the mental health card, and you know, Dave Courtney is still alive and well, or is he? I don't know, but he gave up his problems because MI6 bugged his house, and apparently he ruled every door across America and England in the 80s and the 90s. As in Carter Leash, I don't know what's happened to him. Bob Hoskins, I mean, he was my... And there's a song about him walking down the Thames. It's like, he's got a lot of old school connections, like, you know. I'm not going to talk about the gangster stuff too much. I mean, that can get me in a lot of trouble. We had that the other night, and that caused me a lot of problems. I've got all the movies, and, you know, there's that song in there. In the movies. I think what it's about now. It's a song anyway, you must know what I mean. And then you got Soldier Sailor, Tinker Spy, that's a banging film, And then you got went down on Tower Bridge, and just because we were repeating what happened and acting like him doesn't mean we are them, and that's where we're at, you see, because they're using it against me, but what, you know, who the hell do they think they are, like, you know? And then not only are they using it against me, they get me into trouble, or so they think. And what a load of shit, eh? Idiots. And this is what I mean about karma, and there you go, another one, like, set up in progress. I mean, we could go with that one. I mean, who was my Kaylee Martin? Was she an undercover police officer? I don't know. I ended up with her by chance. I don't think maybe she was, but how did she have 40 grand in a bank? You know, where did that money come from? When she's working as a cleaner? I mean, maybe she saved it. Maybe that's why I look at it now on. But then, there was a lot more to what went down in those couple of years. There was this guy, and I don't want to talk about this, but he lived above us, and let's just say my head was in the wrong place, so I think that's why I'm going to have to look at it. You know, but he said he got a 1970s TV, and it was a bit of fun, really, but I think he was undercover, and I think Kay was undercover, and Sam's son was there, and There was a lot of issues with the neighbours, as there always is, like, you know, fucking gossip and all that shit, do you know what I mean? But I say they love me, but there's a double-edged sword to that in their love and hate, jealousy, rage, anger, venom, the snakes. I've got that one now. I know the panther one as well. I know how to deal with people as well. I mean, you look at me, I'm not fucking, I'm saying. And that's the beauty of these bodybuilding supplements, do you know what I mean? And not many people know this. That's Bronson again, you see, I'm quite good at that one. And I mentioned the craze walk, I've got that far. Can't do cart and leash, but I can do a few of the bulldogs. And there's this guy I met the other day, and he was a striking resemblance of, it's one of the old school British gangsters. We could talk about what happened with the craze and, you know, what's his name, Jack the Hat, and then when people get like that, they have to be brought down, or do they? I don't know what world we live in. I mean, I was in London, and London is still the most safest city on the planet, and that's the beauty of it, unlike Nottingham, you see. And I don't know why, but people like the wild style, don't they? You know, that's what makes people tick. But then they call me crazy and dodgy and dippo and all this shit. Orthodox back to me. I fucking love it, I do. Yeah, so what I suggest you do is, I mean, I don't want to start playing it. Well, fuck it. Android, you know, I've just bought this A21 and A12. I had the A21. Bought that, 2020 I bought that. When I was in a place called Bracton Centre, Dartford. They've got 8 wards there, and they've got some dangerous people there. But with me, all I did was push someone, and we shouldn't really talk about this, but the reason I pushed her was this girl kept saying to me, say sorry, and it's like, say sorry about what? What went down in Ibiza? Well, talk about that, but let's just say there's a Hummer going around Ibiza town, and I thought, oh my God, you know, I think there was something going on. It wasn't, well, maybe it was all about me. I don't want to think about that too much, but like I was saying, what occurred was that after that weird bird was there, which didn't bother me, my feet were cut up because I walked about 80 miles, 50 miles up mountains and stuff. And what they told me was, and maybe they got, well, I don't know about maybe about it, they have got a point. You don't go too far off track without a compass, you know, a bit like the SAS do when they cross Hereford with rocks. And you got, you know, I'm not SAS, but anyway, fuck all that. What they used to do, what they do is they sneak into people's houses and they take food and that, and they get away with it, and they can. I'm not GCHQ, and I could be SAS, but you know, whatever. It's called having a personality and having a attitude, a character, a bit of fun, enjoyment, love, hate. Oh, and the emotions. Let's go with that one. So yeah, I met Kaylee in 2013. This is gonna cut out again in a minute, I reckon. I met her when when I met this guy called what's his name, Jamel. No, Jamel's another guy. That's the Bracton Centre. And we talk about what's it called? St George's is interesting as well. That's Stafford, and then you got St Andrews in Birmingham. So you got St Andrews, Bracton. That covers the whole of the southeast of London. Then you've got St George's. That used to be the HQ of Redwoods. Claire Barkley runs that one along with Dr. Khan, and then you've got you got Dr. Not Dr. Patel. I can't remember his name now. The main man at Bracton. He's my godsend. He's my idol. Well, he's not my idol. He's my godsend. I'm not even going to call him an idol. I can't think of his name now, but he was the man. And that's, you know, he was so fair. He was, you know, and then I fell in love with all of them, man, to be honest. There was this black guy, and he said to me, read the Bible. And every time I read the Bible, they all shot off my enemies, right? You know, it's like an angel to a demon, do you know what I mean? It's interesting. I can't think of his name now. But I didn't scare the directors, but I talked about the European Court of Human Rights, and you know, and then you got the Louvre, the Italian Job, and this isn't madness. This is having a destiny, and Shrewsbury. Let's be honest, it is a strange town, and Daniel said that, and I thought, does he know that I've been in Shrewsbury? And then he tried to make out that girl who kidnapped the children. That wasn't, and like Christine says, that's not Shrewsbury. That's somewhere way up north, and they had that bloody, she thought she'd get money from it, and that just set the crows off with that. It's funny shit. Lithuania, let's talk about that. No, we won't actually. No, let's not let the mind move on too many times. Yeah, okay, we'll have to go to that one. There was this guy I met outside Stansted Airport. I arrived from Ibiza, and the thing is, right, Ibiza, I was out there and I was on San Antonio, and I'd had a bit too much alcohol, and I'd had a bit too much. Well, no sex, but only personal stuff. And again, we're not on over 18 sites, so I'm gonna be careful what I say. But anyway, I cut to the chase. My head was that battered that I had to sit down, connect with the air, connect with the sea, and the Kubrick guy came to me and said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well," and I told him, well, my mind's got to keep moving forward, and this is where we've reached. Anyway, what happens with Google is it tells you where you need to go, and not necessarily where you want to go. It kind of, and what happened was these idiots. I'm just gonna call them idiots because they don't know, but I won't. Well, they were getting on buses to Ibiza town, whereas I was directed on another bus. I didn't know which one to get on, but I was going on another one that took me 3 miles from the airport, and I was walking, and I watched these dogs, and they were going, "It's Peter, it's Peter." No, 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 Corgalia, no, 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 no. Because then, well, I don't say, well, whatever. They know that I improved San Antonio, and they're very happy about it. Well, where it started was this guy that was drinking. I thought, hold on, this ain't. Well, it was a bit low life. Do you know what I mean? And as he was coming out of it, that's where the whole area, the whole town. I don't know how far it went out, but they're very happy about me. And we could, well, yeah. So yeah. Anyway, I got off the bus, and it was a major road, and I was a bit scared, like, and you got to be careful where your head's at, because you can get knocked out if you're not like in the right headspace. I did a left. I knew where I was going. Google wasn't quite keeping me up to date on the visuals. No, they were on the visuals and the sound. Yeah. But I think we've all got that problem. When your head's not in the right place, it doesn't. And you can see Henry in the background. They're a bit mad, these flies. No. Again, yeah, it's got to be in the right place, and they don't. Yeah, there you go. There goes the the mad crow. The ones that make this, they'll set up in a minute. I know. Anyway, so yeah, the dogs. Let's talk about them. The most wildest one, and none of them were really wild, to be honest. They were all okay. There was little Jack Russells. There was Lassies. The Lassies from that film. And they knew it was me, and well, obviously not. I'm a bit careful. A bit careful. Whatever. Maybe not. Yeah, I am careful. And then I hit this, and then anyway, I got to the airport. Again, you got to be careful in Ibiza, because their sensors are a lot more sensitive than. I mean, there was just one time, and when I was on the run from Signet Stevenage, and again, Google it under Dr. Xworthy, I called him X-Man, and he didn't like that. He was quite a strict guy, a bit like the Craig guy. Do you know what I mean? One of them, like, not a nonce or whatever, but kind of very strict, and don't fuck with me attitude. Which you can't blame him. I mean, he's got like 80 patients, and this is unheard of on 3 wards. I can cope with that. So I get it, and. We used to. Well, I'll come on to that at a later date. So yeah. Anyway, so yeah, you gotta be careful. Anyway, yeah, I'll talk about. Well, no, I'm not. Well, yeah, okay. I was in the plane. I was on a Ryanair going to Dublin. I said to my dad in this. Well, yeah. Anyway, we'll talk about that. No, I shouldn't. That's not over. That's about over 18s as well. Yeah, I was gonna go to America, but yeah, you got. Well, I may have made it, and I got to start saying you got to be careful, because there's a load of shit in it. You haven't got to be careful. Well, maybe you have, I don't know, but anyway, I was on this plane, and I think it was just a game. I don't think they knew who I was, but they had guns drawn, and they smiled at me, and I smiled at them, and oh, fuck it, walked away. Yes, that was a bad one. Probably one of the maddest times of my life. But anyway, yeah, so Yeah, I Ibiza when my granddad got the dogs out. Yeah, because what happened was that well, again, I wasn't to blame. I shouldn't have got. My mum says I shouldn't have got in the car, but I'm gonna say I'm gone way beyond that now. I'm getting in every fucking car, particularly these two lesbians. Like, well, not it's gone now, the fantasy, but it's a great one. I'm not gonna talk about that again. It's over 18s, but yeah. So anyway, I'm 40, but come on, guys, look at I got one line, and that's about it. You know, I look about 10. Well, on a good look at it. Anyway, so yeah. Yeah, so yeah. Anyway, I'll touchdown in Dublin. Yeah, we ain't gone about that. You've only got to look at. I'll upload that at a later date. And then there we go. The ego's kicking in, and it's all going a bit mad. That's what does my head in. But we've all got an ego. But that's when things start to go a bit off on one, and like now they're singing, which is okay. We could talk about that one as well, but I'll skip that one. They're not taking a piss, but if I think they're taking a piss, my muscles grow. They may know that. I think it's alright, really. It's a bit madness, but that's one of the ways my mind works. It sends a dopamine flying around my brain. Now, the good thing about that is ashwagandha. That's an amazing chemical. Obviously, we know about caffeine. You can get that very cheap on Google Home. I don't think you can get it on Apple, and I'm not gonna keep bigging Apple up because there's this girl I met, a girl I just spoke to, and she paid £500 for 3 years, but mine's just got. Well, I'm not going to compare at the moment. I mean, just do the maths, do your own research. It's not rocket science, and I might sell phones to people, but I don't know at the moment. Anyway, so I think I'll leave it there now. We'll do a part 3 later on. I'll try to sleep. See you later.